finding myself in this condition, this situation, like I can't wake up, I can't sit, I can't do.
Hello guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to Empire Group Productions. My name is Shiko Gitao and we are back once again with an interesting story. Like I tell you, I am because you are and you are because I am. So today we have an amazing guest with us na nitampa fursa labda aweze kutuambia jina lake. Karibu sana ndani ya Empire Group.
Thank you so much.
Maybe you can tell us your name.
Hello, my name is Henry Budohi Kisaka.
Henry
Budohi. Yep.
Kisaka.
Yes.
So Henry, probably you can, I don't know whether you're comfortable sharing your age or something.
Yeah, I'm approaching 29.
29?
Yep.
You can tell us a little bit about yourself, where you were born, raised, and probably the beginning of your condition and the name of your condition.
Okay, I was born from in Vihiga County. Then I've been raised in Nairobi. Then about my condition, I've been sick for the past 3 years, almost 7 months now. I'm totally bedridden, and I suffer from this condition called GBS, which is Guillain-Barré syndrome, and I also suffer from transverse myelitis. All these, and also reverse cervical lordosis, all this affects the nervous system, and it leaves the patient with paralysis. Yep.
Now, speaking of the being paralyzed and things like that, not like your whole body, si ndio? Yes. Labda ni sehemu gani ambazo kidogo they are not like functional per se?
Okay, the most affected part is from the waist downwards. My both legs can't move around. Then also the left arm. Then my neck also is affected. I can't sit. Maybe if it's sitting, I must be supported. Yeah.
You've been in this condition for the last 3 years, 7 months. Yes. Probably you can tell us how it began.
Okay, it was 2018, December 31st. That's when I was on my way to Kesha. I just prepared myself to Kesha. So it was around 8 p.m. I was much okay. I had no fever. I had no headache. I was very much okay. So where I was sitting, when I tried to stand so that I can lock the door, I go to Kesha, I could feel like my legs were not, I could not feel my legs. Yeah, so my friends helped me supported me somehow so that I can stand. Then I fell down. Then I passed out. Yeah, that's how it happened. So ever since, I've never walked, I've never felt my legs again, and yeah.
So it all began with your
lower limb from the both legs. Then later, after 9 months, it came to the left side. Yeah, the left rib. It affected the left arm. And that time I found myself in the ICU because it also affected the breathing system. Yeah.
So let me take you back a little bit. You were preparing yourself for a Kesha. You couldn't walk, and your friends helped you to get up, but unfortunately you couldn't walk. So what was like the first step they took, or what happened after that? Maybe you can take us step by step.
Okay, we never took it that serious because it is something that has never happened to me, and I thought maybe I was too tired, and then my body needed to rest. So it took me sometimes even to know what I'm suffering from, because that time I was going through some other challenges as well, so I could even not take myself to the hospital. But later, I had to go. Then when the tests were done, we did the doctors recommended for an MRI, of which it was done. And then after MRI, it came out with this condition, GBS. Yeah.
So 9 months later, you
the left side, then also the left arm, it was affected. Yeah.
Probably between the first occurrence where your legs couldn't move around, and now the second occurrence where your arm was affected. Probably at that time, were you going for clinics, ama?
That time, okay, I was going for clinics, yes. Then, there was no a neuro at KNH, but then, because we tried going there, but most of the time they're telling us that the doctor is not around, so I have to book the clinics and all that. So just going to the nearest clinic, then there's this doctor who was coming to do me some therapy. Yeah.
So I'll ask this question from a perspective of someone who is not probably, who doesn't know much about the whole thing. Now you tell us that you are going at KNH and they told you there was no neurosurgeon around.
Yeah.
Does it mean that if the neurosurgeon was around, the problem would have been rectified?
Okay, that time I was told that my condition, okay, GBS, there is a certain drug that unaikewa, and it cost 1.4 million, and it takes like 5 days. Yeah, it takes like 5 days wakikwekea, and then it goes at 1.4 m, then that is minus bed charges and also the doctor's fee. So that time it was still a challenge. Even if I could get the doctor at KNH, it was still a challenge to raise such amount of money. But later, when the condition it worsened, I could not be able to breathe. Just I was at home, and I thank God for the neighbor who came. He just pushed the door and came in, because I could not even make a call. So he rescued me at some point, because he called other neighbors, the car, they called the taxi guy. Then I was rushed to Nairobi Women's Hospital, and then that's why this is emergency. The ICU there, it was full, so they had to refer me to another hospital. Yeah, so that's where I got help, at least the oxygen machine, and also some drugs, nikapewa, and then, yeah, I was discharged after. I stayed there for 1 month, and while in this year I lost also the paralysis came to the bladder. The bladder was paralyzed again. So I was rushed to the theater again. Then they made a operation just down after the umbilical cord, the kitovu here. So they inserted a pipe inside the stomach, and that's what I've been surviving with till the date. Yeah.
So that's why probably you used
this pipe, and it's inside the stomach. Yeah.
Okay, so this is now the second, do I call second stage of the whole happenings, when your left side was a little bit...
Actually, that's when I saw, now this thing is serious. Yeah, because that time I could puke blood, I could soil blood. Yeah.
Had the doctors probably told you earlier on that it could affect other parts of your body?
Yeah, actually, even it took longer to affect the other parts of the body, because they're telling me this thing, it affects within 72 hours the all parts of the body. It's completely paralyzed. But I thank God, yeah, because you see, even at least my right arm, it's working somehow, though it's weak, but it's working. It can help me at least to make calls, eat, and all that. But still, like the left one is completely paralyzed. Yeah.
Now let's talk now of the third stage, where now your neck was affected, right?
Yeah, this was affected while I was in the ICU again. That's when the left arm was affected again. Yeah.
Yeah, when you had the breathing challenge.
Yeah, challenges. That's when the neck was also affected. Then did another test, and then I was told I have now reversed cervical lordosis. That's the one that is affected the neck, and it's just still between the nervous system. Yeah.
Now, Henry, I think you've mentioned around 3 conditions, right? There's GBS, then
transverse myelitis, and reverse cervical lordosis.
Maybe you can explain it kidogo, maybe for someone who doesn't understand, maybe moja kwa moja tu.
Yeah.
Start with
GBS, all these iko kwa class moja, na yote ina affect the nervous system. So you see, like ilikuja GBS ilikuja ikaleta transverse myelitis, ikaleta reverse cervical lordosis, kila stage yenye nasonga. Yeah. So na hiyo yote ina affect the nerve system na iko kwa nini moja. Yeah. Yeah, it all affects the nerve system na inaacha patient na paralysis. Yeah.
So the difference is just it's one thing, but now the difference comes in when it affects different parts of the body.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Now, how has this probably affected you? I don't know, were you working before everything?
Yeah, before I was working, I was very independent, but immediately this, when I was attacked by GBS, it changed everything. Everything changed. Yeah.
Everything happened when you were living here in Nairobi.
Yeah, yes. Everything changed. Finances, the kind of life I was living, everything. Yeah, I lost like even friends. Yeah, even some relatives. Because, it was kind of expensive. Then people could see maybe when they come, I'll need their support. I was just like a baby. I'm still like a baby because I soil, I use diapers, I use the urine bags and all that. To some point, I could need someone to support me, to feed me. Yeah, so such things could make people sometimes run away. Yeah, so I lost friends. Like right now, the friends that I'm having that just new, whom just accepted me the way I am with this condition. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, you told us that you were born in Vihiga but raised here in Nairobi. I don't know whether your parents are still around or whether they went back home.
Okay, like my mom also, she has a paralysis but yake ni stroke. She alikuwa na stress nini za life too. Yeah, so ikakuja ikampatia stroke. Amekuwa paralyzed the right side there. So yako home, but she's doing well, we thank God, because imekuwa like now 12 years tangu hiyo stroke impige. So she's not supporting in any. Yeah. Now, like my dad, yeah, yuko, but he has never been that supporting ever since. Yeah.
He's still around Nairobi ama yuko nyumbani?
Yeah, he's still around Nairobi. Yes.
Nyumbani labda harudi kwa mama?
I don't know, because it takes time. It's been a while ever since he visited home. Yeah. Yep.
Your siblings?
Okay, I have to step to brothers. Those are our firstborns. Then to my mom, we are 3. Yeah, because to mama alipata dad kako na maboys wawili. Then we are 3. Yeah. Our firstborn, secondborn, then I'm the third. Yeah. Yep.
Now, how has it been for you? 3 years, 7 months, you're completely bedridden. Your mom is also bedridden, right?
At first, she was, but with physio, just therapy, medication and all that, she's somehow better right now. Yeah, we thank God.
So how has it been for you to survive all through? Because now here comes, yes, there is a dad, but unfortunately he isn't so much supportive. Your mom is unwell, you are unwell, completely bedridden, you need finances, someone to help you. By the way, how has it been probably even living on your own?
It's been a challenge. I've been independent. I was independent before, and this is just something that changed in just haraka mara moja. Yeah. So nilianza kudepend on people, friends around, people that even don't know. Just approaching people on social media, just help, just like that. Because I can say this condition, it turned me to a beggar, sorry to say, because it's not the kind of life I used to. So I could just talk to people just to help me pay bills, buy drugs, diapers and all that. To some point, inakosekana, because these are just the very, very people supporting. Someone will not just support you this month, this end month, and then again the other month. You see, napata the next month you just have to kusafa kiasi. So it's been a challenge. Talking to people, sharing my story here and there. So ule mwenye ameguzwa ndio unapata na come through. Napata at least nimepata do ya clinic ya dawa. nipate pesa ya kuchange hii pipe iko kwa tumbo. Yeah.
Now speaking of clinics, you just mentioned hiyo pipe ambayo iko kwa tumbo. How occasionally are you supposed to visit the hospital?
Now I have 3 different clinics. I have physio, this therapy. Then also have urology for the pipe. Then also neuro, that is for the nerve, daktari wa nerves. So I have 3 clinics. So at least with physio per week nafaa nikuwe nazo 3 ama 4. Na with the neuro maybe saa zile nimezidiwa, but it's once a month. Then also the uro, it's once a month. Yeah.
Speaking of the physio where you say it's at least 3 in a week, labda ukienda pale, labda what do they do?
It's just physiotherapy. It's a deep massage therapy because nerves zangu zinatafuta kabisa, because I can't feel no sensation. Sensation is 0, power is 0. So wanajaribu sana kuirudisha just with therapy. To some point I could lose muscles, napata hizi mapaja zimekonda miguu, but with physio at least zimekuwa ziki gain back pole pole. Now most recently niliambiwa with my condition nafaa ku travel to India now. Yeah, because here they've really tried, they're just trying, but they're not really helping. Now I should go to India. And then the positive part of the report yenye ilituma na ikarudi, it was that it is something that is manageable. Yeah, it's reversible. Now if it happens, I go to India, I'll be back maybe in 30 to 60 days with a very big change. Yeah.
Speaking of change, now since we have like 3 parts of your body parts that are affected, you have the lower abdomen, your left side, and your neck. After now your medication in India, probably what is this that is reversible at least?
Okay, there's a certain drug walisema naweza niekea. Then also there is surgery, nerve surgery. Then also robotic therapy, which we don't have it in Kenya. So with the robotic therapy, it will be helping me to walk. Yeah, it will teach me how to walk. Because, even if we have 10 gentlemen here, they won't be able to help me walk. Yeah, but now with the robotic therapy, it works miracles. That's what they said. Then they promised me that they'll be able to help me to get back to my normal life. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before now we talk about the whole India thing, I want to know currently roughly how much do you require to go for these clinics? You said you have 3 types of clinics. At least how much do you use in each of them?
Like each
Maybe for the physio,
for the physio, mostly I prefer doctor coming, because hiyo kubebwa pia it's painful nini kurudi. So doka kikuja kwa nyumba, it cost like before ilikuwa ngina rent before COVID, then venye vitu zimeenda ilikuwa like 2,500, but right now it's to 3,000 to 500
weekly or
daily. That is per session. Yeah, that is per session, of which one session it's like 2 to 3 hours, which is enough. Yeah, that is like 3,500. Yeah,
a day.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to have roughly 3 to 4 in a week. Now, what about now concerning the pipe yenye ambayo iko kwa tumbo?
The pipe, the pipe itself, it goes like changing. I need like 10K.
10K.
Yeah,
In a month.
in a month. That is inclusive of the tax and the clinic, doctor's fee, and also the pipes fee. Yeah. Yes. And with neuro, it's not that expensive, because it's just doctor examining me. Yeah, it's not that. At least 5,000. Yeah.
That's once in a month, sorry.
Yeah.
Once in a month.
Yes.
Oh, there was a time I talked to you, Henry, and you were telling me that you were in pain.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell us a little more.
Okay, the pain was okay. I was the bladder, the pipe, the pipe was paining. Then also I was experiencing some back pain. Even to this point, I'm still feeling the back pain and also the neck pain. Yeah, yes.
So, what was the problem with the pipe or the bladder?
Sometimes when I don't take drugs, because the drugs like the antibiotics, it keeps on. I keep on getting infection. Yeah. So if when I the drugs, I finish my drugs and I don't have money to buy again, that's when the pain comes. Also, I have the pain relievers, the drugs for the nerves as well. So when I don't have money to buy, I have to face the pain now. Yeah.
You we talked about the clinics. I don't know whether the amount that you told us was inclusive of the medicines that you need to take.
Not really. Yeah.
So how much are the medicines?
Mm, kind of expensive. Around for 1 month, it goes to from 30 to 35,000. Yeah. In a month. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to say, but anyway, now let's talk about the part that you're supposed to travel to India that is at least bringing hope to you. So, how much are you supposed to have?
Okay, I'm supposed to have 4.5 million Kenyan shillings. Yeah, that is inclusive of the air ticket. And I'm not supposed to travel alone. I should be having a caregiver as well. Yeah, with him or her beside me, because in India we were told maybe it's gonna be for some weeks itakuwa inpatient, then other weeks inaweza kuwa outpatient. They don't just admit all patients. Yeah. So here outpatient, you have to look for a room, you hire a room, then you be coming, you be an outpatient. Yeah. So they made all their what the bill ilikuwa inakuja like 4 million. Then like you see the air ticket for 2, then food there, and we'll be there for like 2 months. Yeah. So that's where the 0.5 I'm coming from.
So,
Yeah.
roughly 4.5 million.
5, yeah.
I don't know whether you have made any plans of traveling.
Yeah, I've been trying. I've been talking to people all over the social media, but not yet. Yeah, things are still hard. I haven't sijapata any support yet. Yeah,
So, meaning bado haujapata kiasi.
not yet. Not yet, because the little I get sometimes is the one that I use for the clinics, you see. Yeah, maybe ni by dawa, but to this point I have nothing, totally nothing, because I've been, I even don't have drugs for now. Yeah. Sina dawa, even painkiller, even the antibiotic for the nerves. I don't have anything. You see, like this pipe, it needs dressing. Yeah, it looks bad actually down there. So it needs dressing, gauzes, the strapping and all that. But you see, like I don't have it now because I don't have money to buy all these. Yeah.
Henry, which was like your lowest time ever?
During this period. Okay, it's been a tough journey, the whole journey I can say, because people like I'm a grown up, being changed diapers, like it's that one. It makes me sometimes. I've never accepted it. Yeah, to some point I can even feel the pain, and I just keep quiet. I keep it myself because it's something that I was not used to. Then I like being happy. I don't like even seeing people close to me being sad or crying. So it's a challenge. The whole journey, it's been a challenge to me. Yeah.
I don't know whether, because I'm very sure there are people who will come across this video and maybe someone will be interested in helping you in one way or another. Sijui wanaweza kufikia vipi?
Okay, recently we made a pay bill number. So I have a pay bill number, and then also my number is free to anyone. Yeah.
You, I don't know whether you can tell us your phone number.
Yeah, sure. Okay, to anyone watching this, you can reach me by this number 0726 85 9967. Yeah, 26 9967. Yes. The paybill maybe I confirm sijaishika.
It's okay, you can share with us later, then we are going to share it with our fans and watu wanaweza jitokeza to help in one way or another. Anyway, tukimalizia labda Henry, you can tell us something, maybe what has kept you moving until today. It's been 3 months, 3 years, 7 months, and by the time I came into this room, sincerely speaking, you looked happy. I don't know, nini imekuwa ikikupush all the...
Okay, first I'll say thank you so much for coming through. Yeah, thank you so much again, and for the viewers also, thanks for so much for watching this video. Then what makes me moving, it's I think the word of God, it encourages me day and night. Then when you came, I was happy to see you, because you are just new. I didn't know you just heard about my story, and then I was like, so there are people who still want to see me smile. There are people who still wants to see me still yani kuishi, unaona. So when I see new people and people who smile at me, I see life. Yeah, I always see life. Yeah, so that one, it keeps me smiling each and every time. Yeah.
And they say a smile is contagious. So smile to anyone, because you never know the impact that you're giving to that person. So Henry, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for welcoming us. Thank you so much for pushing. Thank you so much for being happy, such a happy soul, because I know it's never easy, but at least God amekusustain until where you are today. And I'm very sure, if I'm not wrong, I think it's the book of John chapter 14 verse 14. The word of God says that ask anything in his name, that is Jesus Christ, and he shall answer. And I believe God ata come through. You'll travel to India, you'll have everything sorted, and you'll go back to normal life. God is there. Sindio? Thank you so much. Yeah, that has been our guest for today. That is Henry. Your second name is? Budohi.
Yes.
Kisaka. So you're going to share the pay bill where you can send in the little that you have, and you can also reach him via his phone number, that is 0726 85 9967. 0726
9967. 0726 85 9967.
Feel free to send in anything that you have, because it can help somewhere. Thank you so much for clicking into this video. Remember to smile, because your smile is contagious.